The long-awaited wedding of 90-day fiancés Alliya de Batista and Shawn Finch was easily the most painful wedding I've witnessed in the entire franchise, which is no easy feat. While many 90-day fiancé weddings have fallen victim to elements beyond the couple's control, including short timelines, tight finances, and cultural differences, Shawn and Alliya had none of the above. Their stunning California wedding was intricately planned and attended by a large group of loved ones, including Shawn's supportive mother and his beloved dog, Maxwell. This made the day's disastrous turn even more awkward and, at times, heartbreaking. As their wedding day approached, 90-day fiancé Shawn worried Alliya wouldn't be able to stick to their timeline, and it turns out his fears were justified. Alliya was meant to get ready for the 5 p.m. ceremony on the wedding venue property, but even with her friend attempting to keep her on track, Alliya couldn't speed up the process of doing her hair and makeup. She appeared to have no sense of urgency despite Shawn and their guests waiting outside in over 100-degree heat. As the minutes ticked by, Shawn became increasingly furious, and I couldn't blame him. Alliya finally arrived at 6:50, having kept everybody waiting for almost 2 hours. By that time, Shawn had run out of patience. He approached Alliya with a belligerent attitude and, with no acknowledgement of how beautiful she looked, threatened to leave. Although Alliya was completely out of line, I couldn't help feeling sorry for her. She looked so caught off guard. Alliya tried to keep a brave face, but it was obvious she was humiliated and heartbroken. With their futures on the line, Shawn and Alliya proceeded with their marriage ceremony, but Shawn made no attempt to hide his anger. He ordered the officiant to rush through the process, skipping straight to the vows. As they walked up the aisle as husband and wife, a guest asked if the ceremony was a whole 3 sentences, to which somebody who sounded like Shawn coldly replied, "Welcome to citizenship." I can't imagine how uncomfortable the guests felt, and I had secondhand embarrassment for Shawn and Alliya watching them throw away the opportunity to celebrate their love story. Alliya later admitted her disappointment and confusion over what had happened. The moment she'd dreamed of had been cut short, and she was made to feel like a burden on what should have been the happiest day of her life. Further complicating the unhappy day was an unfortunate incident involving Shawn's mom, Jean. Just prior to the ceremony, Jean fell and hurt her ankle and hip. She insisted she could wait until after the wedding to go to the hospital. Shawn was beside himself with worry, which I'm sure played a large role in his obnoxious behavior. During the 2 hours Alliya kept the guests waiting, Jean sat in the front row in excruciating pain, her leg propped up on a chair in front of her. Alliya's brazen tardiness was seen as a huge lack of respect for Jean, who had been so welcoming and maternal to Alliya. Jean's injury made the profoundly awkward day even more stressful, and it made Alliya's lack of consideration even more devastating. By the time dinner started, tensions were unbearable, and Shawn did little to calm the storm. During an obligatory toast, he thanked his guests for coming and then added an insult. At this point, the guests were stunned. Shawn had every right to be upset, but the way he treated Alliya ruined the day for everybody else. He admitted during a confessional that Alliya's disregard for him when it truly mattered triggered concerns that she would never truly be there for him. Shawn and Alliya's wedding day wouldn't have been so horrifying if it hadn't been so full of potential. But the 90-day fiancé couple had been through so much, and they'd orchestrated what should have been a perfect celebration of their love, with only themselves to blame for the sad turn of events. I have to wonder if Shawn and Alliya's wedding was a sign that some problems are simply insurmountable.